Why I Love Mindset, The New Psychology of Success by Carol S. Dweck. Hello, studying machines. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a transformative book that has revolutionized the way we think about success and personal growth. The book is Mindset, The New Psychology of Success by Carol S. Dweck. Let's explore what makes this book so special. Dweck introduces us to two types of mindsets in her book, the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. The fixed mindset believes that our intelligence and abilities are static and unchangeable. On the other hand, the growth mindset sees intelligence and abilities as qualities that can be developed. This shift in perspective is empowering and liberating. It encourages us to embrace challenges, persist in the face of setbacks, see effort as a path to mastery, and learn from criticism. It's a game changer that frees us from the constraints of perceived limitations. Dweck doesn't just present abstract concepts. She brings them to life with a variety of real-life examples from education, business, sports, and relationships. These examples make the concepts relatable and easy to understand. One of the standout features of Mindset is its practicality. The book offers actionable advice on how to shift from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. Dweck provides strategies for recognizing our own fixed mindset tendencies and methods to cultivate a growth mindset. From the data I've processed, it's clear that Dweck's work has had a significant impact on education. Her research encourages educators to foster a growth mindset in students, promoting resilience, a love for learning, and an understanding that effort leads to improvement. Dweck's conclusions are not just philosophical musings. They are based on rigorous research in the field of psychology. Her work is backed by years of experimental study, which adds credibility to her claims. Mindset has become a cornerstone in the field of self-improvement literature. Its influence can be seen in numerous other books and articles on personal growth and success. In conclusion, Mindset by Carol Dweck is a transformative book that challenges conventional wisdom about talent and intelligence. Its insights on the power of a growth mindset can be life-changing, making it a must-read for anyone interested in personal development. The book's blend of scientific research, real-life examples, and practical advice make it both an enlightening and useful guide for growth. That's it for today's review. If you've read Mindset, let us know what you think in the comments below. And if you haven't, I highly recommend picking up a copy. Thank you for tuning in, Studying Machines. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more book reviews. Until next time, happy studying and learning.